Good morning, and I'm off to the woods. It's going to be slightly different today. There's no fires today, but I've got a camp stove, and basically I've got all the same kit on my back as I had for the Peddars Way. Two differences. One, I've got a different backpack on. It's exactly the same Atmos 65, but it's a different colour and it's the next size down. I swapped it out from the black one because the black one was a large, and I soon realised when I was doing that walking that even at the lowest setting on the large, it wasn't sitting on my hips properly, and it was causing me a few problems walking. So I swapped it out for the medium, which so far feels perfect. The other change is the tent. So I've still got the Lanshan 2, but I've swapped it out for the Coyote Brown, purely because I want to see what that looks like in the woods. But other than that, I've got all the same gear, and what I want to do is just go through it. What did I use, what didn't I use, what worked well, what didn't, and just share any learnings that I picked up on the Peddars Way. So come and join me. Let's get into the woods. This area we're just right, because with the Lanshan 2 you do need a reasonable area space. If I pick up some of this not leaf litter, the twigs and branches and things that are laying around the floor, I think this would be a perfect spot. So I've not got a tarp today, so I haven't got to worry about trees and things like that. So that's it. This is the spot for the day. I've bought the same kit that I took on the Peddars Way. I've got the same clothes that I had on for the Peddars Way, and I'm going to set everything up the same as I did when I camped out on the Peddars Way. And yeah, let's talk about it. The other difference is that I've got the footprint for the Lanshan 2 as well now. So I've got these different pegs as well. They're only cheap ones off of Amazon, but they are quite strong. They're very lightweight. They're a little bit more substantial than the pegs that come with the Lanshan, although they would have been fine today if the ground is quite it's quite solid actually, because we've had some reasonable weather recently. I have got the green one as well as the brown one. The only reason I've swapped it out today is because I want to see this one up in the woods. I want to see what it looks like. I know what the green one looks like because I've already put that up before, and also I put that up in the woods in the on the Peddars Way as well. But I'll put this one up anyway, and we'll go from there. Strings on the bathtub I put to the same pegs that I put the footprint on. Fits perfectly. I don't think it's set up perfectly, but for what I need it for today, it'll be bang on. That's the tent up, sleeping pads in. Let's go through the bag now and see what else I took on the Peddars Way. So I'm going to start at the front of the pack. I'm going to start right here at the front of the pack. I took a down jacket. This is from Decathlon. It is very, very warm. Very warm, that is. All of the filming that I did on the Peddars Way was done with a GoPro 12 with a Rode microphone Video Mic Pro yeah, which I'm using at the moment. So yeah, but that's basically what I use for the Peddars Way for filming. Also had a rain jacket in there, a waterproof jacket. Didn't actually need it, there was no rain at all, but it did help when I had some windy weather, and it helped keep the wind off my back. And also just waterproof pair of trousers just to slip over the top of the ones that I'd got on. And also took a spare phone as well, which actually did come in handy because the battery pack, power pack that I took failed on me, and my main phone, I couldn't get it charged, but luckily I took the SIM card out of that, put it into this one, and that helped me. There's another lesson learnt there, and that is get a decent power bank, one that you can rely on. So I'll be doing some reviews, so if anybody's got any ideas, just stick that in the comments. Be really appreciated. That would save me doing a lot of searching if people have tried and tested them in the past. So that's all that's in the front pouch. I took I took 2 litres of water. I didn't take them in normal camping bottles or anything like that. I took them straight in the bottles from the shops. I tried to maintain 2 litres at all times. There was a couple of occasions where I got down to half a litre, and you know, you sort of get fixated on getting water, because there is quite a long stretch of the Peddars Way where, you know, there's nowhere to get water. And I was so fixated on it that at the end of the Peddars Way, or nearly at the end, I found a shop and I went and bought 2 litres of water, and I only had 2 miles to go to the finish line. But that's how I got so fixated on making sure I got water. But on the whole, I tried to maintain 2 litres on me at any one time. So that's the side pouches. I also did have a small bottle that tucks in the side there, just for drinking on the go. Inside the bag, I had some food, some wet food. So I took things like these, but also took some that I'd bought that I'd never heard of the brand before, but they are quite popular on Amazon. I bought them off of Amazon. They were all right, but they weren't. I didn't find them anything really special, but they were all right. They fed me. I think next time I might try the dry food route, because I've not really tried that before. I also took a pair of wet shoes. I just used them as camp slippers, so when I took my boots off, got a sort of pair of slippers to put on. I also took some gaiters as well. Didn't use them, probably won't bother with them again unless I'm going in the winter. The reason that I took them was there is a stretch of the Peddars Way which is a boardwalk which sometimes gets flooded, and I took them purely for that really. But again, no, I didn't need them. In here I've got my electrical things. I've got a light for the tent, I've got a head torch and the pump for my airbed. And the pump is one of the flex tails. It's just one of the cheap flex tail gear pumps. Nothing special, does what it says on the tin. I will be looking at getting another more powerful pump though at some point. So again, if there's any that you can recommend, stick it in the comments. It'll be really appreciated. So a wash bag, basically wet wipes and a towel. That was my main way of washing. Washing up kit, small bit of washing up liquid and a scouring pad. I took a water filtration kit as well. I knew I wouldn't use it, but I took it anyway just in case, because I was bothered about water. It doesn't weigh anything. It takes up a little bit of space, but not a great deal. And also got a little bug net in there as well. Again, didn't need that, didn't think I would need it, but it's in there, it's part of my kit. Adventure bivvy bag from Gellert. Yeah, I'll put that over the top of my sleeping bag, purely because I hadn't slept in the tent before. It was the Lanshan 2, it was the green version, and I wasn't sure whether it leaked or not. And I've got a down sleeping bag, so I put that on just as an extra precaution. As it happens, the tent didn't leak. There was no condensation, a little bit of dew on it in the morning, but nothing that caused me any problems. So I haven't really tested it from a leaking perspective. I've got my cook kit. which consists of this titanium 750 ml pot, and also it's got it's 450 ml cup, titanium cup inside as well. Now I know this is probably overkill, but I'll keep those out actually, because I'm going to cook myself some breakfast in a moment. But I did take a titanium pot with me as well. Now this one was so that I could cook in this one, keep that one for water, and I could cook inside this one. And that's got a titanium stove in there from BRS, a titanium spork, a lighter, just a little rag there to stop things rattling around, and that was my main cook set. Now I know the food that I had I could have boiled in the bag, but what I did do on the Peddars way was I emptied it into the pot and I ate it out of the pot. There's my sleeping bag. Now don't knock these until you've tried them. This is, I don't know how you say this, it's quasar, something like that. Absolutely, I was so warm in that. It is my go-to sleeping bag at the moment. I've got two that I go to quite often, but this is the one I use for the Peddars way. So warm. Yeah, what more can I say really? It is a down bag, and I will keep it in a net when I've just put it in that to bring it out today. But yeah, so toasty and warm, lovely. What else have I got here? Oh, Trekology A-Left Plus pillow. It's a good pillow, I've had them for years. I really enjoy sleeping on those. I find them very comfortable. Now I'm going to go to the roof of the pack. On the top I've just got a thin hat, just keep the sun off my head. We've got I've just got a bit of a sponge there for wiping down the tent in case there was condensation. I've got a little first aid kit in there. I've got some foot cream. Well, it's not Vaseline, but it's specifically for feet. I've got a lighter with some tape around it, a little ferro rod, just a basic first aid kit, some purification tablets and some Dettol antibacterial sanitizer there. And some Compeeds in the bottom as well, which I actually needed because I had blisters on both feet, on the heels of both feet. The titanium spork there. There's another lighter. You can never have too many lighters. A little Opinel knife. That's the only knife that I took on the trip. And a compass as well. Moving into the next section, I've got a sit mat, which I should be sat on right now. So I'm just down on the leaves at the minute, but I can put my knees on that. It does actually make a difference. Peddars Way and Norfolk Coastal Path guidebook, and also the Peddars Way and Norfolk Coastal Path maps as well. I will be using both of them again in the very near future, because I am planning on doing the Norfolk Coastal Path as well. So I've got to get planning for that. There's my brew kit there, just a few coffees. There's a couple of cup of soups in the back there as well, some sweeteners, some tea bags, that sort of stuff. And then just in case it was cold, I've got a fleece hat, some fleece gloves and a fleece neck thing. It's got all browny hairs on it at the moment. And that is pretty much all that I took on the Peddars way. It doesn't have, oh, and I took obviously a bag with some spare batteries in for the camera that goes into your backpack when you're out hiking. But that was enough to keep me surviving. I do love the Lanshan 2 tents. I can't see me going to any other at the moment. Yeah, so as I said earlier on, when I was on the Peddars way, I didn't eat out of the bag. Didn't eat out of the bag at all. I just poured it into the pot and cooked it directly from inside the pot, and then ate it from inside the pot. So let's have a look. This little BRS stove, so tiny. That tiny little thing. Right, I'm going to make myself a cup of drink first before I do anything. Let's find some water. Where did I put that? What's this? That's about done. I thought that might be hot. tent, yes, tick. The sleeping pad, yes, tick. The sleeping bag itself, yes, tick. So they're definite things that I wouldn't change. The backpack, that is the Osprey Atmos 65. Again, tick. That's perfect for me. I did make the mistake on the Peddars way by having the large. I never realised with backpacks, to be honest, you know, because I've only done short distances before. Backpack's a backpack, you put it on and off you go. But actually, you know, if you're going to do a long hike, it is worth taking the time, doing the research, doing the measurements. I regretted using the large Osprey Atmos 65 purely because I put it on its lowest setting. I'm only 5'8". I hadn't measured from my neck to above my hips, and as a result of that, at its smallest setting, the side belt was sitting on my hips as opposed to on top of them, and that was causing me bruising on my hips. That then affects your walking, so I ended up loosening that so that it wasn't causing a problem there, but that then transfers all of the weight to your shoulders, and that was then causing me a problem. Hence I've swapped that out now for the medium. And to be honest, I walked in here today. I know it wasn't a long way walking into the woods, only a couple of miles, but believe me, I didn't even feel it. And I'm looking forward to doing the Norfolk Coastal Path later this year using that backpack. In terms of the stove cook set, all of this titanium stuff, it's so lightweight, you know, it's unbelievable. I don't really need the bigger pot, but again, for the small amount of weight, it's I'm prepared to carry that, and it gives me a little bit more flexibility with cooking as well. All the other stuff is really menial stuff, you know. The first aid kit, I did have this massive first aid kit with everything in it, and I just stripped that down. I stripped that down to just what I think I would need. I wasn't going anywhere dangerous as such, and I wasn't going to be using knives too much either, so I sort of did a bit of a mental risk assessment and stripped out the first aid kit down to the bare essentials. Yeah, so all in all, I'm pretty happy with what I took. Now when I come to the clothing and what I was actually wearing on the trip, I was using a sort of a 4-layer system. So I had wicking t-shirt on, a fleece jumper. In fact, it was this jumper, fleece jumper. I had a down jacket and I had a waterproof layer as well. So I could sort of ring the changes. I had some wicking underpants on, and I took a spare pair of those. I had some hiking socks made by seal skin, and I took 2 pairs of those. One pair I was wearing, one pair in my bag. I took a spare wicking t-shirt as well. So all in all, everything was fine. As I mentioned earlier on, I did get blisters. Now the boots that I was wearing, which are Salomons, I absolutely love these boots. They are so comfortable, and I've got them on today. But what I need to do is do a little bit more research on blister prevention. I thought I'd got it pretty, you know, I'd been out walking in them prior to doing the Peddars way, and they felt absolutely fine. So I'm not going to blame the boots at all. I think I just thought that a short distance would be the same as a long distance walking in these boots, because they're really comfortable. I absolutely love them. But I need to do a bit more research about blister prevention, and are they the right boots for a walk like that? I don't know. Do I need shoes? I don't know. I need to look into that. So I'll be doing some research before the Norfolk Coastal Path, trying to see, is there anything that I took that I didn't actually use? Because that's a good exercise as well, because if you don't need it, why take it? Why put that additional weight in your bag? So I can categorically say that absolutely every single thing that I took, I used, except for the emergency kit that I got and my first aid kit, and thankfully I didn't need them. But hello, Mr. B. Oh, where are you on? Come on. Oh, it's gone now. Yeah, so I can honestly say that absolutely everything that I took, I used, except for the things that I didn't want to use in terms of emergency, and that's a good thing. But yeah, so oh sorry, no, I tell a lie. The warm stuff, I didn't use them. The gloves and the hat and the scarf, I didn't use them either, purely because I didn't need to because of the weather. But on the same note, if I'd have had a cold night, I could have put them on just to just give me that extra bit of warmth. So again, it's good that I didn't have to use them, but I'm glad I took them. Right, now I need to get this lot back into there, so let's put all these bits away. Right, move these first. So the first thing that I put in is the tent. I put that in the bottom, and the reason I put it in the bottom is because that's the first thing that I'm going to put up in camp, and I don't need to open the main pack. I could go straight into the bottom. So also in there, I'll be putting the pegs. And I've wrapped the ground sheet, the footprint, I've wrapped that up inside the tent, in with the tent bag. So the tent and the pegs in the bottom. We'll get that up then. Okay. Next thing that goes in is going to be the sleeping bag. Now sometimes I won't have it like that, I'll have it just stuffed in, because then that gives you a little bit more room in your pack. But today I've got it as one. Okay, so I push that to one side. I then get my light tour airbed, that sticks down the side there. The bivvy bag, that tucks in there as well, as does the pillow. Camp slippers, I'll tuck them down there as well. And on the top I can put in my cook kit. Washing up kit will go in next. Wash kit, electric chemicals. And I'll put me spork and that in there as well. Try and find somewhere nice and flat for that. Okay. I'll tuck in water purification kit. And that's pretty much it for inside the bag. So I can cinch that down. Now we'll come to the top. So in the top I'll put my brew kit. First aid kit. Compass. Maps and guidebook in there as well. Battery pack will go in there. Hat and gloves, fleece hat and gloves, they can go in there as well. Sit mat. Sit mat will fit in there, and then I can zip that up. Okay, now we're going around the front. In the front of here, gaiters will go right at the bottom, as will the waterproof trousers. I'm going to put my GoPro camera in there as well, because I'm filming on the Sony at the moment. I don't actually need that, but what I'll do is I'll put that crossways like that, because then that'll clip in. Down jacket. I'll stuff that in. Waterproof jacket with stuff in there as well. And I can cinch that down. Pull that tight. My hat, I'll just tuck that just going to tuck my hat inside there. In fact, I'll wear that one and I'll put the warm one in there. Rubbish bag, just going to tuck that inside there until I find a bin. Once I find a bin, that'll be gone. Water bottles, still got some water left in that one, so just push that down into there. Got the empty one. I could have put it in my rubbish bag, but I'm just going to tuck that back in where it came from. Spare phone, tuck that right down there. There's my phone, I'll put in there, along with my glasses in my pocket. Okay. Cinch up the lid. Right. A beautiful day. Set there at tin. They ain't going anywhere. Right, just cinch up the bottom. Have that final look around. As you can see, you'd never know I've been here. Sun's shining, it's quite warm. But it was nice to get back in those woods. It seems ages since I was in there. And it was good to get this backpack out. All the stuff that I use for the Peddars Way. The pack feels fine on my back right now. So there won't be many changes that I make for the next one, which is a Norfolk coastal path sometime in the next couple of 3 months. I'm really looking forward to that actually. But it's good to get all the kit out again, have a look at it, have a fresh thought about it. You know, do I need it? Do I keep it? Do I ditch it? But to be fair, I did do a lot of research prior to the Peddars Way. And apart from the backpack and the blisters, which I'm putting a remedy, or I've already put a remedy to. So I've learned a lot, and I sort of hope that you've learned something from it as well. If you're planning to do the Peddars Way, or any other walk for that matter, way, And if you did, a thumbs up and a like, that'd be fantastic. And if you want to subscribe, if you haven't subscribed already, that'd be fantastic too. But if there's anything that you saw on there that you think I could be doing better or I could change, please leave a comment in the comments. It'd be fantastic to hear from you. I can't wait until the next hike. I'm really looking forward to that, and of course I'll film it and take you on the journey with me. So until the next time, stay safe out there.